Hi, my name's Nick Kimber and I'm a Global Key Account Manager with Ruckus. I'm in the Renovatech Innovation Centre, surrounded by lots of fantastic technology used in the warehouse, retail, hospitality, healthcare environments. Today, however, I'm going to be doing a demonstration of the new Ruckus One platform. At Ruckus, we actually have three different ways that you can manage a wireless network. One, the customer can buy the software and can manage it in their own virtual environment, so a perpetual license. Two, they can work with a partner such as Renovatech, who can then provide that managed service for them. And three is a vendor cloud managed platform. That is what I'm going to be demonstrating today, the Ruckus One platform. As you look at the platform, I've logged into the European data center instance of our Ruckus One platform. So as you can see from the screen, it comes up with your standard dashboard. On that dashboard, it gives you a number of functions. So it tells you how many alarms are active, how many incidents have occurred over a specific time, what the client experience is like. It gives you how many venues have been set up in your network, how many devices are actually connected at any given time, and that includes access points and switches, and then what the clients are doing in terms of their performance. There is also another did you know factual box on the right hand side, and that gives you some key indications about what's been happening on the network. As you scroll down, you can see that you have the ability then to be able to split down into the wireless segment or the switch segment of the network. And then it breaks it down into traffic by volume, connected clients over time, your top Wi-Fi networks, and that specifically looks at the access points and the networks in your setup which are performing at the highest rate. Then it also breaks down top applications by traffic. So it sees who are your biggest users and what sort of applications are top of that list. And then finally on the dashboard, you'll then have a map. And the map then plots out where your locations are. So it allows you then to be able to zoom in and zoom out. And for this particular instance, I'm using my home network and I have two sites connected, which is my home and my daughter's home. Ruckus One is actually an amalgamation of two products we've released before. One is Ruckus Cloud and the other is Ruckus Analytics. We brought the two together into Ruckus One because it gave a more meaningful set of tools and services to a customer, both cloud and analytics together. It is migrating now towards business analytics to allow customers to understand more about what's happening in their network. So let's look at what AI assurance is. It was broken down into incidents, health, service validation and video call QoE. So if we just quickly look at health, it then gives us a breakdown on the dashboard of how many successful, failed, connection success ratio and average time to connect. So as you scroll down, it gives you a hell of a lot of information available over a certain period of time, which can then be configured around your network. You can then connect it to an individual user. You can then look at performance statistics. You can look at the infrastructure as a whole. And it also then is based around a customized SLA threshold that you can set. So there's a lot of key information within this network assurance environment that is very useful from a business perspective. The service validation is all about how you can set up a test to show a service working to a customer, to a client, or to a user. We see this a lot in large public venues where they are delivering service to a number of customers who have stands and they want to deliver key services to allow their stand to work and optimize in the best way possible. What we've also got is the video call QoE. Now this again is another important one because obviously since the pandemic everybody's using Teams, Zoom, WebEx calls. So this allows you to be able to test and service and show a video call works in the best way possible and is optimized for user use. So the next tab is the venues. Fairly straightforward in terms of what this one provides. It just gives you the location name, how many APs, how many clients, switches and services are provided in those particular locations. The next tab has a little bit more information on it, and it gives you the ability to be able to list exactly what's connected to the network. So here it gives you the MAC address, it gives you the IP address, the location, and the AP that device is connected to. So you can really drill down into that environment. You could also then start to look at guest pass credentials. So you can set up a guest network within it, and you can do it so that it is password protected, or it has a dedicated password, or a password that changes frequently, every day, every so many hours. So there's lots of different variations you can do on that. The wireless client report gives you a list of how many clients, how much traffic, transmit and receive, and then the unique clients by traffic, typically which devices are doing what. We've then got the ability to look down for a wired clients list. So if there are any devices that are connected to a switch that is managed within Ruckus One, again, it gives you that information and breaks it down into specific devices connected. And then you've got two others, which is the persona groups and the personas list. And that really effectively just gives you a bit more indication about how you can group users and devices together into specific groups that you name. So our next tab is the Wi-Fi, which then gives you again a list of the access points, where they're connected to, their IP address, location, whether they're enabled or disabled, and what their meshing configuration is set up for. There are a lot of things within this that you can then drill down into to understand a little bit more about what's going on within the wireless network, whether it be an applications report, a wireless report. So that gives you indications of how the access point is performing in a specific location. So it may well identify areas of concern around interference and other third-party access points and networks. On the wired side, similarly, you have a switch list, a wired report, so configuration profiles and on-demand CLI configurations. So all of these are used to be able to configure the network on the switching, the wired and the wireless side within the platform moving forward. So the Smart Edge tab on the Ruckus One is to enable new services that we are launching later on this year. So Smart Edge is all about taking a lot of applications, whether it be SD-WAN, whether it be firewall, security applications, and bringing them to the edge. And Ruckus One was always about delivering more services granularly across the network. So Smart Edge is another tab where we can expand and we can add services to moving forward. Network control is an interesting one because this then becomes a menu of options that you can then add to and buy. So there are a whole bunch of different services that you can click here as part of a catalogue to then deliver those services moving forward. So it's a very simple and easy way of being able to buy more additional services that you may want for your network moving forward. The final main tab we have in Ruckus One is our business insights, and this is absolutely probably one of the most critical areas of the network tool moving forward. So the Data Studio gives you a whole raft of reports that you can set up, canned reports that are there for you to use that give you valuable insights as to what's going on within your network. And this is where a lot of our customers then look at them and say, okay, I need to be able to understand what's going on in this particular area, at this particular time, on this particular day. Now you can also then set it up as a report that is generated every day, once a week, and also then set up to be sent to key people in the organisation, whether it be the exec, whether it be IT operations, whether it be marketing. It's a whole bunch of people that you can invite into it. It's not just about having those canned reports. A lot of people also want to be able to create their own reports. And don't forget, this system is data. So if the data is available, you can create a report that suits what your users and your stakeholders require. It's a very, very valuable tool, and there's services that we wrap around it, white glove services, to allow us to really define from an operational perspective how it can work for you and your business. The last thing we're looking at is the administration. This is where the Ruckus One solution is administered from. It allows you then to create your administrators, your users, all kinds of things within that environment. So it's very simple, very easy to use. If you want to know more about the Ruckus One platform, please contact the sales team at renovatech.com. They will then arrange a full demonstration and to understand your business needs and requirements to make sure that everything is tied into what you want to do moving forward.